Hello there, have you ever wondered the story behind a delicious cup of coffee and wanted to be a part of the journey? If you have, this is the best place you can start your voyage. In this video series, I will guide you to understand coffee and different brewing techniques, especially home brewing technique. Through the video series, I will explain 5 different brewing techniques that you can easily try by yourself. Of course, we must learn walk before we can run. So I will explain the brief history of coffee in this video. Besides the uncertainty of the origin of the coffee beans, most people think that the origin of the coffee beans came from Ethiopia. According to a famous origin story of coffee beans, one day an Ethiopian god herder found one of his goat behaving hyperactive after eating a red fruit. When he ate the same fruit, he felt himself full of energy and stayed awake all night. After they discovered the coffee cherries, they used coffee as same as most people do, to wake them up. They mixed the coffee with the different spices and created energy bars. Around 14th century, coffee was carried to Yemen and became a cultural value of Arabia. Probably you heard the term of Arabica coffee, which came from the Arabia. For sure, coffee did not stay in Yemen for too long, and Dutch traders carried them to Amsterdam, all the way to Europe. After that instance, coffee started to spread everywhere from India to America. Now, coffee is one of the most popular things all around the world. Alright, if we learned the history and geography of coffee, now we can dive into biological properties of coffee. Fundamentally, there are 2 kinds of coffee, Arabica and Robusta. There are certain differences between them, such as the area they grow and the cost to produce them. Arabica beans generally grow at the higher altitudes, approximately 900 to 2000 meters above the sea level. Generally, they flower after distinct wet season. On the other hand, Robusta beans more likely to grow at lower altitudes. In addition, Robusta beans are unpredictable. They do not follow a straight pattern of flowering. For a simpler way to distinguish Arabica and Robusta beans is the shape of them. While Arabica beans have oval-like shape, Robusta beans are much smaller and much round. Of course, the taste is another element. Arabica beans are sweeter and fruity. Unlike Arabica, Robusta beans are woody and bitter. Moreover, their caffeine content makes them different. Robusta has more caffeine content in it, and this makes them an attractive source in the instant coffee industry. Thank you for joining me in this episode. Next, I will give you some advice to choose right coffee beans and right way to grind them.